Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So with the Cassette Beast DLC now out, I figured this is as good a time as any to discuss my general thoughts on the update so you guys can get a general idea of what you're getting into if you haven't purchased it just yet. Now, that being said, this will be a rather short video because the DLC itself isn't a massive expansion, but rather a very humbly priced $6 extension to the already extraordinarily modestly priced $20 game. But nevertheless, I figured now would be a great time to do this, so let's do it. So for those that don't know, the DLC itself is called Pier of the Unknown and centers around a new island off the coast of New World that can be accessed by hopping onto some random boat that's been coming to and from shore. Now, for me at least, this opens up a lot of cool possibilities for the Cassette Beast lore because technically speaking, you only really know that New World exists and the rest of the world of this weird dimension is a mystery. So perhaps there's even other civilizations living in this dimension outside of the New World island, and just stuff like that just gets me really excited. But anyways, these types of questions that kind of prop up from this update are a lot of fun to speculate about, and I'm all for it. Now, that being said, the new area itself is essentially an abandoned theme park with only one person inhabiting it, that being some random kind of creepy clown person that asks you for help shutting down some of the engines that are running amok. Now, that being said, I won't go into spoilers here just because I want you guys to experience it for yourself, but essentially there are going to be 3 buildings that you can explore and are sort of like mini dungeons, many of which contain some very well hidden tickets that you'll be able to use to advance the story. And if you get all of the tickets, you can actually encounter a semi-secret boss mon. Each of these buildings will culminate in a boss battle, and there will be a boss battle at the very end as well, so there's no shortage of things to challenge you here either. The area does also scale, so whether you are level 200 or a much lower level, you will still feel challenged from time to time, though what I will say is at those higher levels, some of the bosses definitely get a little bit trivialized. However, the final one really scales up. In terms of the monsters themselves, this update brought forth 12 new creatures to the mix, which consists of a mix of base forms and evolutions to said base forms. This update did not bring forth any sort of evolutions to previous beasts. However, I will say that I also noticed that all of the beasts brought forth in this update don't have their own unique numerical bestiary entry, which leads me to believe that this was done intentionally, so people who don't buy the DLC won't feel like the game is incomplete without it. Definitely nice to see that type of consideration, though I honestly wouldn't have been against them bringing forth some new evolutions, as the branched evolution system makes it really easy to add to lines without making them feel incomplete. The new monster designs speak for themselves. I won't show everything off here, but I really do like some of these new designs as they're quite unique and match the various areas you'll be exploring. Now, that being said, I will say that the DLC is quite short in terms of the main story aspect, but given the fact that they've added new stickers, new monsters, which also means new fusion combinations, 3 new mini dungeons, and the fact that it's priced at only $6, I definitely say it's worth checking out, especially if you're itching for more Cassette Beast content. Honestly, this is such a good IP that I'd be down for a full-on $20 DLC with a whole New World-sized island to explore, but I also understand the challenges and risks that come with making add-on content versus just making a Cassette Beast 2 at that point. The DLC itself took about an hour and a half for me to get through, with another hour and a half to sort of do the completionist stuff. So it's not like the update itself is tiny, it's just not a massive expansion. There's definitely content to sink your teeth into here, and the fact that I want even more after playing this is a testament to how good the game is overall. All in all, I'd personally recommend getting it if Cassette Beast is something that interests you. The level of innovation that Cassette Beast as a whole brings to the table is honestly something that we need to support as a community, as it'll help the genre push itself even further. If you want to learn more about Cassette Beast, definitely check out my Cassette Beast review linked below, and make sure to subscribe for daily monster taming videos. You can check out my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon as well, linked below, and special thanks to the patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Dark Persona, Exodus, and Candy Morency, and I'll see you next time. Peace.